Greetings, greetings, family. Near and far, far and wide. On planet, off planet, in the planet. You don't know how it goes already. Your nature's agreeable. Step forward. Disagreeable. Well, you know if you do, don't you? Step back. And as always, the sun is shining on the righteous. Every time we come up here, honestly.
You don't know.
Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful up here. The fire's raging as well. So, why? Who are bad for cool need to come up to this allotment and sit in at this summer house here. It's absolutely lovely. Just the heat from the sun alone makes it very warm in here. So yeah, introduce the thing, Mayu.
And yeah, I had to go way within, and I remember times I was committing sin. Now I'm living like a saint because I got down into the nitty gritty where it gets real sticky. And I love everyone. Trust me, I ain't picky. And you don't want to go down there. Trust me, it can get risky. Do you see what I went through? Them demons can get you. Trust me, it's not no joke out here. And we're back with Lady Crowne. And we don't stay down, we stay up. And we don't chat pop because it's real talk. Episode 77, you know. Those mirror numbers. The synchronicities. Just like I'm in Raw. The rising star.
Oh, absolutely.
Trust me.
Beautiful.
It's beautiful. And yeah, man. To tap into this one here, you know. Oh, it's beautiful. Hope all of you are doing well out there, you know. Hope you keep on looking after yourself and your loved ones, you know. That's what's really most important, you know. When you really get down into the nitty gritty, trust me. But yeah, man. Shout out to everybody out there, you know. I hope people are dealing with the childhood traumas because I've been tapped into different information recently and realizing that, and I know this anyway, but it's just, you know what I mean, and just keep on tapping in, making sure that I'm being aware of what's really going on in not only my psyche, but most people's psyche, is that the childhood traumas is the reason why a lot of us have got a lot of anger, a lot of hatred, a lot of jealousy within our chemistry, because we learn a lot from, especially from 0 to 7 years old. That's when your subconscious flow is at its peak, you know. So if we start dealing with our traumas, we can really become who we're supposed to really be, you know, divine beings, instead of living in the past. You know, just like Dr. Joe Dispenza said out there, a lot of people haven't got a vision for the future because they're living in their past. When a lot of us speak with each other, we like to travel backwards because we haven't got a vision for our future. So it's key for us to work out our trauma so we can move on, you know, and really start living, you know what I mean? Because trust me, this matrix can corrupt our minds, and
it has done, hasn't it?
It really has, because just like you said, you know, open prison. There's people in prison right now that are more free than the people outside.
Believe me.
It's real life. Not no joke out here. Trust me, because it all comes down to your mind. You know, it's so, me and Lady Crowne was on about earlier, it's so crucial for us to realize that the key secret of this life is to realize everything's mental. And when you can start realizing that you can choose your reality instead of having, shall I say, the puppet master, which is that past inner child that's been corrupted, controlling your present moment, you can really start living your life thoroughly, you know, and in abundance, because you can't be in abundance when you're always traveling back to the past and creating it for you. So you're reliving past experiences. You get me? Imagine that all the time, to the point where it gets boring, hearing the same old story. So you're basically creating the same neurochemicals you had when you had the trauma. It actually has an impact on your body.
It's crazy.
It makes you
think
sick.
about it.
It makes you toxic.
Absolutely.
Yeah, man.
I've known some people. I haven't seen them for years, and when I book up with them, instead of it be different conversations and different. It's you remember when? I'm like, oh my gosh, you know what I mean? I'm talking 10, 15 years ago, you know, and they can recite it like it happened yesterday. What a waste of a life. Do you know what I'm saying? The past is gone. There's nothing you can do to change it. What you can do is influence your future. Why can't we focus on that? But some people are just comfortable and happy to talk about the past and relive it, like it's, even when it's painful memories, they still want to talk about it.
And usually it is painful.
Yeah, most definitely. I don't anybody telling me, oh yes, I remember when I was on such and such, and I had a really good time. And you know, even those relationships that can go sour. I mean, in the beginning, I dare say the relationship was on fire. Nobody,
like most of the time it starts with it.
But nobody don't want to talk about that, or in this and she that, and then never this and then that. But they never say, you know what, it didn't work out. We had some good times, we had some bad times, but ultimately, you know, there's some people that just come into your life for a moment some come for a lifetime. You know what I mean? And that's one of those moments. That moment might have been 6 years, 2 years, 2 weeks, 10 days. Doesn't matter. It's still a moment. You know what I'm saying? So we don't seem to look at it like that. We always want to focus on the negative part of whatever it is, and we refuse to acknowledge the times when it was good, the times when we were happy. You know what I'm saying? And I think if we paid equal attention to that, we probably wouldn't walk away feeling bitter and twisted. You know what I mean? Like some people, you know?
Just like Mark Christopher said out there, negative feedback loop. You know, the mind's been programmed to always recycle that negativity. We don't like to recycle positivity for some reason. But I get it because of the corruption down to the food, the water,
everything,
the environment, everything.
Yeah.
One thing I just like to get off my head right now is that a lack of self-expression is a reason why a lot of people have got depression out there. And also, one of the biggest causes of depression is malnutrition. When you really start tapping in, you realize that, trust me, you have to. You see, me and Lady Crowne, we know this has helped us a lot, you know, because we can feel it within our energy field. Yeah. When we go to sleep, we're more lighter. Why? Because we're not holding things on our chest, you know, holding all this pain, all this, even good stuff. Even when you hold good, you're holding it within, so you're not creating balance, you're not creating harmony. We have to learn to express ourselves, to express our truth. Yeah. Otherwise, we're going to be living a lie. And when you're living a lie, you don't feel satisfied. I know that even rhymes, but it's real life.
It's true, though.
Me, you have to tap in. Yeah. Trust me.
Yeah. The majority of people out there living a lie. Even now, they still continue to live that lie because, you know what I mean, to actually acknowledge the truth would probably flip them out. And I was going. Let me go back to when you were talking about the open prison, when we were listening to Sophia Stewart, and is it the Evolution book, the Matrix episode or part 4, when she's talking about that, you know, what we're seeing right now is not what it's going to be, you know, in the future in terms of like incarceration
and the white rings.
Yeah. And when she spoke about, you know, people would not be in prisons because, you know, at the end of the day, you know, we're coming to you know, the system's collapsing and everything costs their fiat currency. But when there's no fiat currency, what's going to run the prisons? Who's going to run it? You know what I'm saying? So people will be out in the public arena, but there will be, you know, they'll have certain mechanisms attached to them. You know what I mean? And if they, you know, break their parole conditions or whatever, you know, they just won't end up in prisons. They'll end up losing, you know, you steal, you probably lose a hand. You kill, you know what I'm saying? And she was talking about it. She said, this is what's coming. There won't be prisons. There won't be places where people go and get locked up. They'll be amongst the populace. But all they've got to do is step out of line and whatever's attached to them, we'll deal with them. To the point of zapping them there and then. They take a life, they lose a life. You know? Their life.
So you'll be the judge? No.
We're going to be the judges of our own reality. Yeah. Because, you know, if you've wronged somebody, then it's up to you to make remedy. You know what I'm saying? But if you're taking a life to, you know, to be standing in the court and the prosecutor getting paid and the defense lawyer getting paid and everybody getting paid off the fact that somebody's lost their life. It's a money making. These courts are all commercial. They're all money making. The judge, the clerk, everybody's getting paid off of your pain and suffering. When really and truly, whoever perpetrated the crime will need to be dealt with, don't they? So if them take a life, then the point of them doing that, then they've automatically lost their lives. I don't know. Sounds like a lot fairer system to me than the one we have at the minute. Because when they have them in prisons, we all know what happens. You know, they turn them into absolute, I don't know what to call them, you know, Mancunian candidates. The things that happen to people in those institutions
causes more corruption.
Exactly. We weren't meant to be housed in prison, and like we said, we're living in an open one, and a lot of us have got really comfortable in the open one until such time as them turn up the heat pan the pot, and now we're not feeling so comfortable. You know, I was listening to a podcaster one day last week, and he was talking about the council tax. And I already told everybody out there that you know there's no obligation for you to pay your council tax. You need to just, you know, the information's out there, documents that you can send. I'm sure I posted them a long time ago. I'm not going to go back there. You want to look at that, go and find them yourself. Yeah, you have no obligation to pay it. But he was saying that there was a clause somewhere whereby if you had a room in your house that you use for prayer, then you could be exempt from council tax, or that room would be exempt. But the only people that could apply for it were those that were of the Muslim faith. I thought, why would they do that? So if you're Christian, if you're a Buddhist, if you're a spiritualist, well, if you whatever you profess to be, why would they only say that it's just Muslims that can claim this council tax relief? So there's always been this disparaging mechanism that we've had to live with. Not brought to your attention. When it's brought to your attention, then you have to ask the question why. So, those of you that are out there still struggling to pay your council tax, set up a prayer room and use it. Use it to meditate. A room where you're meditating, and that's specifically what it's for. But all these questions need to be asked and need to be challenged. And if you don't ask them, you don't challenge them, then they just carry on doing the things that they do, which is not to benefit you, because that's what they're supposed to be doing, looking after the populace of the city that they're in. Let's have a look. Andrew Bridgen, I just got to shout him out again. Absolutely amazing MP in Leicester. He was at the Truth rally on Saturday in London. I just admire him, because he's saying, Andrew Bridgen says truth will prevail during his speech at the C19 Harms rally, and it was really a lot of people that came and spoke. Some of them had to be assisted onto the platform to speak. They had life-changing injuries as a result of their injectables that they received. When you have men and women standing up like that and speaking out, you have nothing but admiration for those people, because it's to his detriment. They've removed the whip, so he's now it's now classed as an independent. It's not classed as part of the Tory party. But it only takes one good man or one good woman to stand up and speak the truth for people to start paying attention. And this had to happen. It was prophesied that this would happen, because whilst everything was going off 2 years ago, people weren't thinking and feeling that these things were going to come to light, because they were sold on the lie, basically. We weren't. I smelt a rat as soon as it dropped. I smelt it before it dropped, because I knew something was coming. Wasn't quite sure what. Cliff High spoke about it. He called it the sun disease in a report that he put out in 2014, I think it was. Yeah. And the sun disease, well, the sun is referencing the other word for the sun is crowne. And that's what they called it. So these things were always going to happen. We just didn't know when and how. Now we know. So kudos to those brave men and women that are out there speaking. And they were outside the BBC in London, because, yes, again, those of us out there paying our TV licence. And what are we getting in return? Absolute bullshit. British bullshit corporation is what I call them, because they're just another arm of the government. They're a propaganda arm. And I don't know if anybody watched that video where it was a black and white video where they were talking about writing news for 1973 when they were actually still in 1968. So if you don't know that everything that you're...
It's a script.
It's yeah.
Trust me.
It's scripted.
Real life.
Absolutely, it's scripted. What happens in your community, with the city and the towns that you live in, that's what you can call the news, because you can verify that, you can validate it. Anything else, it's scripted. Trust me, 100%. You'll see war zones, and 10, 15 years they'll use that same war zone for a war that's so-called taking place now, with the same actors in it as well, because they are what they call crisis actors. Yeah. They do employ these people. So that's what I'm trying to say. You really have to switch off that box. Because if you don't, you consume by it, then you go repeating what you've heard, and everything you might as well say you're looking at EastEnders or Corrie, because that's what it is.
You have to turn on your mind.
Oh.
Let me just get this off my head. WEF, World Economic, World Economic Forum. They got plans to put, make you laugh now, a mask and a diaper on the cows to stop the speaking with laugh, is it the emissions?
Stop the burping and the farting.
Yeah, because you know when they say
CO2.
when cow fart, everything collapse. But, you know, you couldn't make this stuff up. You know,
They're crazy.
you know, it's showing the big joke.
Yeah, they are.
They're literally taking a piss out of people doing this crap here. Putting diapers and a mask on a cow. For what? You know what I mean? You have to like really tap in and realize what's going on, man. You know, you got to create your own reality, man.
You better.
They're just joking.
They're really
You know
having
what I
a
mean?
laugh. They're really having a laugh. And on from that, Rebel News. Go and support these guys at Rebel News. Rebel wefreports.com, and you can read all about them. They're out there. There's independent journalists. You've got CNN out there. You've got Fox out there. You've got all from all over the world. But guess what? They were invited. So when you're invited somewhere, what are you going to do? Report negatively on your invitation? No, you're going to sit down there, enjoy the caviar, the fine wine, and lord yourself. You know what I mean? You've got the likes of Keir Starmer, the leader for the Labour Party, out there. Yeah, well, Keir Starmer was given the job to investigate and do the report on Jimmy Savile, and we know what happened with that one, don't we? So don't expect anything from them. Once they anybody that's attending the World Economic Forum, and those that haven't gone, because Rishi didn't go, Rishi Washington didn't go, but him and, you know, Klaus Schwab and Trudeau and all the rest of it, they're all pals. They're all part of them. If they're affiliated with the World Economic Forum, they're not here for you. Where did that fly come from?
Must have come from
They're not here for you. They're not here for me. They're there to serve the de facto government, because that's what they are, a de facto government.
Yeah, that's what they said, isn't it?
Yeah?
Yeah.
They're not the real deal. We, the people,
are the real deal.
Exactly.
Because we are the many.
And
you know,
they are the few. And don't they know it? Because they're starting to feel it. That rally in London was huge. It really was. Not covered by the mainstream, because they're not going to. But guess what? It doesn't stop men and women out there seeing it and hearing it. And for once, I mean, I've been talking about the elephant in the room for a long time. They're now having to address the elephant in the room. You can't hide it. It weighs about 10 ton. You know what I'm saying? It's like, oh, no, it's not there. Just keep skirting around the outskirts, you know, sucking, breathe, so we can get past. No.
You know, there's been a lot of pushback because of self-expression. Without expressing your truth, how can you change the lives?
Exactly.
Like, think about it.
Exactly.
Like, you have to express yourself.
Yeah.
People are holding so much truth within them, man. It's unbelievable, man. We come to a point now where, come on.
Yeah.
Come on.
When men and women stand up as men and women and defend their rights, because you have to defend your rights. Because if you don't, you know what happens. They slowly but surely started to take it away. They've been taking it away for a long time. But you have to stand up and say no. No more. And you have to stand up and fight for the elderly, because we're here to protect them, as they did when they brought us into this world. They protected us and looked after us. Now it's our turn to look after them. Yeah. And the young and the vulnerable. We have a duty, we have a responsibility, and anybody that wants to negate that because it says, they say, well, I'm all right. Well, a lot of people aren't all right about now. They're feeling the pinch. Interest rates are starting to creep up. We haven't seen anything yet with interest rates. So you know what's going to happen with people in their lovely homes that are just managing to pay for now, just from one paycheck to one paycheck. If they miss a paycheck, everything collapses. When you got Microsoft laying off staff, you got Meta, Facebook laying off staff. You got Amazon laying off staff. I mean, Amazon lost $1 trillion in terms of its value last year. Never in recorded history, $1 trillion in value. But the illusion is, because you can go on there and order something, and those of you that do order on there, you must have gone on and seen pages after pages of unavailable. Because where's the majority of this stuff coming from? From Amazon.
China. Yeah.
Exactly. China. And China is going to take over. They already have. I mean, the people, you know, Saudi Arabia signed a 27-year contract with China to supply oil to China. And, you know, they'll pay with whatever means they want to pay with, whether it's the Chinese yuan or or gold or silver. You know what I'm saying? They are completely out of the system that is literally crashing and burning right now. And it needs to. The fiat one's got to go. But we've done already told you what's going to happen with the central bank digital currency, because trust me, they're going to roll that figure out. Believe you me. They're coming for you, youth. They're coming for us, youth. As our friend Curly used to say. How many years ago did Curly used to say that?
Could be 10 years
The
now.
longer than that, son.
Probably 10, 12.
He used to be dressed up in his army gear. I used to go to school with him.
Yeah.
And he used to have his awful army gear on, and that's what he used to say. They're coming for us, youth.
Because he's seen it on the BBC News. So it's all about the programming. You know what I mean? Your mind powerful. You know what I mean? Whatever you're tapping into.
Yeah, but think about it. Curly wasn't wrong. Curly wasn't wrong.
No. He predicted it, man. He predicted it.
Yeah.
He predicted it.
Okay, so yeah, check out them guys at the wefreports.com, and if you can, donate a $5 or a $10 to keep them there. But this is all at their own expense, and you really have to listen to some of the interviews that they're speaking to. They've collared the head for Pfizer out there and running down the road asking him all of the questions. This is what you need. We need journalists, real men and women who are journalists, not to report, because report means no port. You're not doing anything. You're just acting, basically. Yeah. So I'll be going on that website and making a donation later on today as well, because I think we just need to come together and support the real men and women out there, not the fake ass ones, because God knows there's a whole heap of them fake ass ones out there. Okay. How about the patent that they've got out there for it's called an artificial immune system. US patent 7855074B2. Why would you even want to patent an artificial immune system?
Control, isn't it?
Well, yeah, but but if you've been giving people something that's taken down their immune system, there you go. This is back in I think it's you can check it out for yourselves, guys. It's out of 2012, or 2010 that this patent was applied for, in preparation for what's happening with most people. We all know all illness and disease is, well, Sebi told us already, inflammation and mucus. And what causes that? Your poor diet. Yeah, that's it, period. So change all that up. Guess what? You fix up yourself.
And also, stress hormones, your mind.
Okay, but then if you sit there and give people your arm to put things into your body that take down your immune system, because that's what happens. The first one, 30% of your immune system depleted. The second one, 70%. The third one, you're walking dead, literally. Now, they've got something that they can give you. Yet again, it's been patented. So what they're looking to do, make money off something. The universe, the creator, we were born with an inbuilt immune system. Everything that you need, you were born with it. All we have to do is enhance it and keep it strong. What do? Come jib jab up your blasted, pick them as soon as they come out of your womb, and then you go to school, them a jib jab you. You want to go on holiday, they want jib jab you.
Bio warfare.
That's exactly what it is.
Yeah.
Takes down your immune system. That's your soldiers. That's your frontliners. That's your T cells. Without them,
and they want to make it B cells with the artificial. That's
okay.
You know what I mean? The B cells.
They want them exactly.
It's ridiculous.
You see what I'm trying to say? So be mindful of these demonic forces out there, because trust me, they're out there. They want to rob you of your humanity. They want to take that away from you and make you into an artificial. I don't know what to call it.
Somebody.
Yeah.
And also they're trying
transhumanism.
To put spike proteins in the vegetables and the fruits and that.
They want to start doing that.
Well, they've been doing that for a long time.
They want to use the mRNA sitting and put it into the veg.
So you got to
start growing your own.
You get it.
You literally, you see, when we come together in our communities and start growing our own, so we've got our own dressmakers, we've got our own bread makers, we control all of it. We can create and have a wonderful life and abundance. Land is a wonderful thing to be able to get your hands on if you can, because once you have that, and I mean, hold it in your hands, loyal title, meaning it belongs to you. You're not just a tenant on it, like most people are. Because they're going to go through this system that's out there and register it with land registry. Once you do that, then it's over, isn't it?
Do you remember Real Nuggers when he was on a couple who bought
20 acres.
Yeah, no, is it 20? Yeah,
No,
20
no.
acres for 20,000.
Yeah.
$20,000 in
Yeah.
North America.
Yeah,
Look at
wow.
that, $20,000 for
No.
20
He
acres.
said it's got, because they have
That's
land
mad.
auctions over there.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
something that we could look at over here, because I haven't checked it myself. But if you just, type it into
What about
search
Aboriginal
engine.
title?
Yeah.
Claiming Aboriginal title.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what they've done as well, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they, they can't change any laws or whatever, and then come and take it back from them.
Yeah.
But the everything's opening up. It's opening up in such a way where it can be overwhelming. To be quite honest with you, especially, I mean, I consider myself to be one of the woke men and women out there, and so does SDS. You know what I mean? But even still, some of the information that's coming through, it still kind of like blows your mind.
Hitting hard.
Yeah, let alone. So I can't imagine what it's going to be like for those who really were matrixed off up until the idea. You know what I'm saying? It'd be just too much. It really would.
Overwhelming.
Yeah, it literally would overwhelm you. Trust me. But nonetheless, the truth has to be told, and you have to live by that. You can't be there, pretending or hiding or let's, so and so said it's this, and no, because we can fact check absolutely everything and anything nowadays. You've got Google Earth. So when until it's a bomb I drop in a Ukraine, I which partner, you can just go onto some sites and actually get live footage of that part of that country. And you see people just walking across the road doing their shopping. Think, oh, bloody hell, I thought this was a war zone. You see what I'm saying? Technology is that advanced that you can literally verify everything that you hear on that so-called mainstream media outlet. Yeah, even in their newspapers, those rags that they call newspapers, just fit for wrap up medical firelight if it make fire. So I'm still using it for that purpose. But you've also got the Brunson brothers in America, who have a case number for the whole of the Biden government, the whole of them. Let's see what happens with that. It's case number 22-380. There's a PDF that you can download so you can actually read. And they name every congressman and woman, every one of them. When we talk about the Biden government, we're not just talking about Sleepy Joe, we're talking about the whole of them. Pelosi's gone, Nancy Pelosi's gone, as she's no longer Speaker of the House, but I mean, she's a wreck anyway. So I'll call it coke snorting. I don't know what she wasn't.
Okay,
little lizard. Anyway, but the whole system's crumbling, and when it's coming down like this, all they're going to do is create distractions. So they're going to get you to look here, they're going to get you to look there. And I told you already, the main focus is on what's happening in the banking system. And we were talking about people's money not being in their accounts. The bank in America, I can't remember which bank it was, when their accounts were zeroed out, or they had direct debit set up to pay, and then we've got their money gone. Ring the bank, or we can't. We'll have to get back to you. We're busy. Listen, it's happening all over where people is, where's my money? The banks.
Oh yeah, minus.
Yeah.
People waking up and
negative in their account. Yeah. It's happening all over. It's an absolute shambles. It really is.
That's it. Cyber attacks, isn't it?
Well, they're talking about an EPA.
Yeah, because it's happened though. Yeah. It's happened in America. The cyber attacks happened there.
Yeah, but they had an attack on 9/11. That was an attack, wasn't it? Yeah, they didn't know that was coming or going to happen. Just yeah, America was under attack. Yeah, right. Because I think anybody that looks at that will know definitely that was not something that happened outside of America. It happened inside of America. So if there's going to be an EPA, if there's whatever's going to take place, because trust me, it will be something that will just shock the shit out of everybody, including myself. I guarantee I'll be like, oh my God, I knew something was going to happen, but wow, I could never imagine. Because it has to. It's prophesied for it to happen. Where, when, I don't know. But what I'm telling you is that, have what you need in your yard. So you don't have to go out there and, hustle and bustle. Because I'll tell you something, when societal collapse comes, and I hope and pray that it doesn't, some evil demons are going to be out there, trust me, because there's always going to be those kind of men and women out there say, oh boy, okay, nobody, no, look, all right, then I'm going to...
Opportunists.
Exactly. That's what happens.
We live in an artificial existence.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So when that collapses, imagine the people's psyche.
So you're better off staying where you are.
You know
But
what I
if
mean?
you ain't got food, you haven't got water, you haven't got this, you haven't got that, you're going to have to venture out there and go and deal with some demonic forces. Because trust me, ain't nobody going to be out there wrapping their arms around you. "Oh, you know, yeah, we're all in this together." No, that's where you. And we know that there's been lots of economic migrants coming across into the country. You know, when they're no longer kept in their 4-star and 5-star hotel because no heating, no water, no. What do you think them are going to do? A 40,000 of them, might be more. What do you think they're going to do? And some of them are going to some small little villages, you know. I'm thinking, why would you send them there? Small little village, little elderly population. Oh, Jesus, if it's like me look at them and move out. Trust me, because there were nothing for them. Don't be no food, don't be no water, don't be no what you think these men are going to do, because they're not even women. They're between the age of 18 and 30. Mrs. Massa, me don't know what it don't look good. Are you?
I think, well, we're already doing it anyway, just by putting out this content, creating a community of like-minded people coming together.
Yeah.
And then you have, I wouldn't like, well, you have your own conscious army. That's what I say, you know.
Oh, yes.
And you need that, you know what I mean?
Most
because we're in a
definitely.
world where if you're soft out here, you get taken for happy show.
Take your mate batty.
Take your mate batty. And it's true, man, because you have to have that strength, man. You have to have that strength as well. It's not always about, you know, being light, even though that's at the forefront of our chemistry. You see the darkness, it can be used in a very good way to protect yourself.
Yeah.
This is why it's all about integrating your whole self so you can be one. It's not about just being all goody two shoes, because that don't work out here. You get run over out here.
Oh, mate.
Just me.
I'll take you out.
Like, if you got a billionaire mindset, yeah, you have to be ruthless as well. Shouts to Dan Pino out there, trust me, because a lot of people, yeah, they like to play this role of the Mr. Nice guy, Mr. Nice. It doesn't work out here, because it will catch up with you, because you're literally just playing out a character. It's not really you within. You know what I mean? It will catch up with you. Trust me, you have to just express your whole self. Going back to self-expression, just express your whole self, man. Don't worry about what other people are thinking of you and how they're judging you, because guess what? The greatest judge is yourself. Real talk. That's your greatest judge, because that's what's going to navigate you through this matrix.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You got to be the one out here, baby. You know what I
better.
mean? You don't want to be playing Cypher. You know what I mean? Because Cypher was there, you know what I mean? Taking people down, trying to keep people in the illusion. But that creates hella confusion, man.
Absolutely. Absolutely. It's a beautiful day today. It's like a summer's day.
I'm even feeling like you know, getting little itches and that, because it's really warm in here, man.
No, it's that fire. I made a real good fire.
Trust me. I'm ready to get out there.
It's beautiful.
Trust me.
It is. The sun's really just pelting down on the allotment. But yeah, so
keep on loving yourself, baby.
Absolutely.
I had to get that in there. You know what I mean? Because you know what we're dealing with.
Yeah, and each other.
Yeah,
and each other. You know,
key, man.
Don't let anybody take control of your mind
and put you down. No,
and tell you what to think and what to say, and get you to accept things that you know in your very heart of hearts isn't right. You know, things that you're saying and things that you're doing, things that you just like, because you know all this acquiescence. Once you do that, you've lost it completely. You know, I defend anybody's right to say what it is they want to say, because I know that we have the freedom of speech. Yeah, I might not like what you say, how you say it, what you say, but I will defend your right to say it.
Yeah,
and that's the point where we all have to come to, because once you get to that one point, that one accord, trust me, things will be fine, because you have a right to say what you want. You know, this is my personal being. Now you put a hand on me without my permission, we might have a problem, but you can say what you want to say. I'm going about my business. Words don't bother me, especially these corrupted, bastardized words. Most people don't know what they're saying. Oh, I'm a black man. Oh, I'm a black woman. Oh, I'm a white man. You're none of those things. You're a man or you're a woman. That's why we can come together as one, as men and women. But once you start to attach the titles or the little things that these demonic forces have given you, then you create the division. Those application forms, the whole heap of different sitting where you can choose. Why doesn't it just say man or woman? Now let me go put binary. Now let me go put yo, don't let them take you down that path, because you know how many species are on this planet. You know the genders. So why would you let them lead you down that path? And on top of that, corrupt your little picking of them, them so-called schools, education camps, as I call them. Get the, reading books with all kind of something to them in it. Come on. If you don't stand up and fight for your freedom, it will never be given to you. But if you don't realise that it's been taken away from you, then I guess you'll carry on doing what you're doing. Why you?
Remember when we was talking about earlier, silence can speak volumes. Because when a being is silent, just, when you really tap to like me in terms of psychology, trust me, they're speaking to you. Just as they're speaking to you, you got to realize what you're dealing with, man. Going back to self-expression again, like trust me, if you don't express yourself, how can we know who you are? Simple. Like, how can we know who we're dealing with? You don't know who we're dealing with. You know what I mean? Like you can't just keep silent out here, man. It's time to speak up for your rights. It's time to speak up for yourself, first and foremost, man.
Mate,
come on.
You better. You've got public servants that are there to serve the public. That's why they're called public servants. There's 7 principles of public servants. Look at them. Just put it in. 7 principles of public servants. What is they supposed to do? Integrity, honest, decent, all of those things. Hold your so-called public servants accountable, because none of them are being that way. They're all there. All of them, they're on the take. We don't care. All of them on the take. Because if they weren't, they'd be here serving the people and doing what's in the best interest of the people that they're supposed to be serving. But you know that, and I know these are all registered corporations. Your police force are registered, Dun & Bradstreet, Companies House. And once you register as a corporation, then you're a commercial entity. But yet, still, they're taken oath to serve and protect. So that's what they're supposed to do. So we have to hold them accountable. We have to hold them accountable. And the more pressure we put on, all peaceful. It has to be done peacefully. Pick up the pen, because it's mightier than your sword. You can take off a 1,000 head with one pen, but a one head you take off with a sword. You know what I'm saying? Because when you write to them in their private capacity, under the penalty of perjury, it speaks volumes. But you have to write to them as a living flesh and blood man or woman. You can't be there as no legal fiction, because guess what? You're still acting. You're playing the game that they're playing, So it's all out there for us to do. The information's out there. Lots of templates on different channels on the Telegram. Mark Christopher, David Wynn Miller, he's still got his website out there. There's so much information out there for us to sit on our hands and pretend it's not happening or wait for somebody else. The walla we're going to get judgment, The walla we are going to get judgment. What did you do? What did you say? And to sit there and do nothing, and then other people, do what they have to do, and then you benefit from it. When the time comes for you to meet your maker, the question will be asked, what did you do? Oh, I didn't want to get into trouble. I just, I saw she was doing it, so I thought, oh, she's writing a letter. I went over. Write your letter. Pen your thoughts, and let these people know who you are and what you do not like and don't want to happen in your city, in your country, in your world. Write to them. Surgeon General, your so-called Prime Minister, Rishi Washi, write to them. Let them know who you are and what you're not going to stand for. And if you don't do it, trust me, then you'll find out.
You have to let go of fear and enter the world of love, to really start manifesting what you truly want out here. The reason why most people aren't standing up is because of the fear frequency. Everything's frequency. So whatever you're vibrating at is going to be your life experience.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's key just to really tap in, man, and realize that you're protected and you're guided.
Absolutely.
As long as you stay on alignment, shall I say, with your assignment.
Yeah.
Trust me.
Yeah.
It's
absolutely.
Real life.
Absolutely, you are. Absolutely, you are. Trust me. Yeah.
Oh gosh, just keep strong, keep tapping into these type of videos, and keep on tapping into yourself first and foremost, because it's you that navigates you through this lifetime.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think we can feel it, baby.
Oh yeah. Changes are coming.
Trust me,
I
it's not
tell
no
you,
joke.
not a joke out here.
Mm-hmm.
Change is
Trust
coming.
me.
Be prepared for it, so it doesn't impact on you in a negative way. And you know, whenever there's a collapse, a global, this is a global one. I'm not talking about country now, a global one. Trust me, there's always those that are position themselves to benefit from somebody saying, "Oh shit, I can't afford this anymore. I'll sell it for this." Yo, you'll be picking up absolute bargains. But if you're still, you know, wrapped up in the banking system and you try getting any money out now, it's crazy. People can't even transfer a little £20 without them asking any questions. So it just shows you, you know, that if we get to the summer and we're still in the situation that we're in now, then boy, I don't know what's going to happen after that, because it's you can feel everything on the planet heating up, everything changing. You know what I'm saying? Because that's one thing that's constant is change. But the rebirthing will take place, is taking place, and is going to cause some disruption, if not, you know, absolute freaking mayhem and chaos. But yeah, we have to go through that process in order to sweep out that old and come in with the new. That's what has to happen, you know. But we've been given the heads up for so long now to sort of like say, yo, this thing's happening, you know, sort yourselves out, do what you need to do. Let the men and women out there know, because, you know, the humans probably think everything's wonderful in town on a Friday night, getting it some this and some of that, you know, because them are idiot, you know. Black little boy, when they're shouting, say, yo, 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 the wolf, I come. Oh, well, the wolf's coming, the wolf's already here. But people are still shaking their ass on a Friday and a Saturday night.
I see you, baby.
Mm-hmm.
Shaking that ass.
You know, because they're
God.
totally the illusion. They don't know. They really don't know. Even after all that's taken place on the planet, they don't know. And they're just so grateful that things have gotten back to normal. There's the normal that we're leaving behind needs to be left behind, because it's not normal. It's not normal to have so many people in wants and in needs, and to have, you know, these heinous crimes committed against the most vulnerable of our population. That's not normal. You know, these so-called elites do things that are unimaginable, and when I say that, I mean it, absolutely unimaginable, but that's a fact. So no, I don't want to go back to the normal. I want to be a part of the new world.
Remember Allegedly Dave? Shouts to Allegedly Dave out there. Remember him saying that we're supposed to be righteous on this planet. This is a contest, you know what I mean, on how much good you can do.
Yeah.
A lot of people in the Matrix don't realize this. This is why they don't know who they truly are.
Yeah.
So it's kind of hard to really trust a lot of people out there, because until they activate their spirit, you're dealing with, I don't know what you're dealing with.
You have no idea.
You haven't got a clue what you're dealing with, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because trust me, there's many parts of self. You can be anybody at any single second.
Anytime. Trust me.
Trust me.
Yeah.
But your consistency is what's going to give you the key to victory.
See it there.
I'm dealing with a love frequency, baby. No joke. Trust me, I always stick by my mantras.
Yo.
Shout out to Lady Crowne. She was the first lady. First being, shall I say, altogether, that gave me my first mantra. And you know what she said to me? Strong mind, strong body. Keep that in your head. And it always stuck with me, man. And I started making my own. It's all about tapping into things that serve you.
Absolutely.
So you can materialize what you truly want.
Yo.
You know what I mean?
We're abundant.
Real life.
Yeah, we do. Everything's abundant. Trust me. And it's for us to realize that and become our greatest version every day.
Every day, baby.
Get up, just
Trust
become the
me.
greatest version. Trust me. Evolve every day.
That's what we come here for. You know, it's a learning process, but
Yeah.
at the same time, we're here, innit? We're
Yeah.
here.
Yeah.
You know? Just
Yeah.
make sure you're turning up for your life.
You're better.
Don't live a mediocre life.
Yeah.
Forget that.
The one that's been designed for you, that's been
you know
given
what I mean?
to
The
you.
grand
The
design.
school, the college, the uni, the job, the house, the wife, yo.
That's a
Scripted.
program, fam. You know what I mean?
Lego that.
You're basically doing what everyone else does.
Exactly.
Be unique, fam.
Yeah. Be you.
Be a trendsetter.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Trust me.
Set trends out here, baby. You know what I mean? So people are following you now because they're seeing your success.
Yeah.
And key thing here, yeah, not everyone's gonna clap for you, but for the ones that do, make sure you connect with them.
Yes.
Aye, that way I do with you, Nesta.
That we are dealing with.
And yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it's a flip. No rehearsal, no script, no acting going on. That's what we're dealing with out here. And everything's hidden in plain sight. All you gotta do is tap into the right frequency and you'll be guided. And yeah, keep working on your mind, body and soul. in order to achieve your goals. Because we're there with you.
Spiritually.
You don't know. Peace.
Lady Crowne and
I
STS.
forgot about it.
Over and out. Peace and blessings. Peace.
Peace.